people look at me and they think that I'm like mean and upset and I'm the grumpy old man, right? You found that so funny.
Well, because I just saw that as your little thumbnail.
What? Hi, I'm Peter.
And I'm Tanya.
Welcome to the This and That Chat. You're looking cute with a hat today.
I wanted to match you.
Was it just for that you put the hat on?
Yes.
Just for that?
I just wanted to match you.
We talked about matching yesterday. Was it yesterday?
In what?
Thursday.
In what? In our podcast?
No. Just here at home.
Oh, what did we say?
Was it Thursday?
Remind me.
Thursday, when we were going to the fights. So, did I pick first or did you pick first?
No.
You pick first.
No, you.
I picked first. Anyways, so I have this really cool shirt that you bought me. I should wear it on the podcast.
Yeah, why haven't you?
I don't know. It would go really nice with that other hat. With the same hat I was wearing. So you bought me this really...
I remember how. Sorry. I needed to get to how we got there.
Go.
I asked you what you were going to wear. Because we ask each other that just so we kind of know up, down, casual,
Right.
whatever, right? And it was raining and we were working and we were going straight from work, short time, everything. And you said to me, why don't we go like casual? Like,
Right, because so we were going to...
people dressed up for this stuff.
to the MMA fights.
Right.
Right? So... when
I don't know if people dress up because it's the fights or because it's the Hard Rock.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just because it's the fights. Because in other fights, people dress up too.
Yeah.
But we've seen the
seen
spectrum.
Both, yeah,
we've
both
seen
extremes.
We've seen the extremes. We've seen people in shorts and a t-shirt that look like
Sandals.
they just rolled out of bed, and then we've looked at people that they go and dress up.
Yeah.
So when we went to bare knuckle fighting last month or the month before,
we dressed up.
we dressed up, but like we dressed up super nice.
Yeah.
And
Well, because again, like I don't know what the protocol for this is.
right, and it's a night out. Like we like to dress up. We enjoy,
Especially being in scrubs all day for me.
Yeah.
And you being in dirty clothes all day.
dirty clothes all day. So we like to dress up and go and enjoy our evening, right? Whatever it may be, even if it's just like the dinner. We'll dress up, not like suit and tie, but nice. So you said to me, what am I going to wear? And I landed on wearing this shirt that you got me, which is it's like a skull with like paint pouring out of it.
Yeah.
So it kind of has like all these
It's like oozing.
bright colors just
Very
like
bright.
oozing down the entire skull.
You know, I thought it was going to glow in the dark.
It didn't.
Well, and I don't know if it wasn't dark enough, but you wore the shirt to OVO that glowed in the dark that we didn't know it glowed in the dark.
Yeah.
So,
And so I wore that shirt. It's a dark black shirt with this bright, just
big
canvas
skeleton.
of color in the middle,
bleeding out of it. Yeah.
right? And I wore my bright shoes with a really bright hat to match. It just and what was cool was the hat had a happy face.
That was also oozing.
Right, I wore it on here before. It's in one of
Yeah.
the previous episodes. It's like a happy face that's oozing this orange color on a blue hat, and my shoes were orange and blue.
Yeah.
It just, I'm sorry, I looked good.
You did.
It was a solid. It was a solid 10, and I was like, that's what I'm gonna wear, and
I have like
you
this
rummaged.
cute. What?
You started rummaging through all your stuff.
No. When you told me what you were gonna wear, I knew exactly the dress that was going to go with it.
So you were looking for it.
Correct, right? So it's just like a summer dress. So it's like a short summer dress. It's not too dressy. It's not too casual, but it is very bright with colors
Right.
too. So, and it was just flowers,
Good
like
match.
just, and so it was, yeah, it was
It
perfect.
was a good match.
Sometimes I feel like before, many times we matched accidentally, and
Hmm.
now it's on
It's
purpose.
intentional.
Because
Yeah.
there's times where I will choose something that's very muted because your ensemble is very busy.
Very bright.
No, no, not bright,
Oh,
busy,
like okay.
right? So I want to choose something that matches color wise, but not also busy,
Hmm.
right? So it's just like it's a compliment. It's complementary
Yeah.
to it, right? But this one, the brightness of the colors, it just went together. So I feel like I love like the bright neon pink
Hmm.
and the bright neon blue, everything that people associate with the 80s colors, I think,
Yeah.
right?
And I liked it so much that I wore it again last night when we went
To Oh my
to the
goodness, you
comedian.
did. I
Hmm.
didn't I didn't notice that.
And we went to go see David Lucas, and we drove. I told you I was like I'm wearing the same thing again. Um,
That's right.
exactly shoes,
Oh my
hat, and
goodness.
shirt exactly the same.
Bro, can you believe that I didn't notice that?
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. I definitely just
See, like
I
yesterday,
felt
we
it though.
didn't try to match. Yesterday was just, and sometimes the matching isn't even about the colors, but more about the style, right? If
Hmm.
you're wearing jeans, and yesterday was like a rainy day all day, I don't really want to walk around in heels
Well,
when it's wet
and
and
every time we
rainy
go
and it's
to
cold.
every time we go to the comedy club, man, we have just okay. So the comedy club is on the second floor of this like plaza place. That
Yeah, it's not
it's
even a
not a
mall.
mall because
No.
there's how like people live there, and then there's
Yeah.
stores and there's restaurants and there's all kinds of stuff. And so we're it's on the second floor. There's no roof, and we've gone a couple times where we have gone in with rain, and we've gone to sit down to watch the comedian, and our feet are all wet,
I mean,
and
yeah, that was one time. That
yeah,
was really
it's
bad.
horrible. It floods. Like the drain is
Hmm.
not fast enough to get the water out of there,
Yeah.
and then the comedy club is freezing, super super cold. So no exception yesterday, but we did get in before the rain and we left after the rain, so there was some rain in between, but we actually we're good, but it was cold in there. Thankfully we brought jackets this time, and we were able to.
And we've been to the comedy club before where the AC didn't work.
Yeah.
And that was
Oh my goodness,
horrific.
that was bad. It was. I felt so bad for the. We talked about that on the
I,
chat,
I think, yeah.
where we felt bad for the comedian because he was up there and he's like, I'm dying up here. I'm
It's
sweating
hard to
bullets.
laugh when you're dying,
Yeah.
when you
Yeah.
feel like I
It
can't
was really
breathe.
hot in there.
And there's so many people, yeah.
Yeah.
So
But
the lights, poor guy, being fried up
the
there.
comedian last night was hilarious. We were cackling.
I feel that, I don't know if we have a style that we prefer. I've never actually put a lot of thought into this, but we've seen comedians that just fall flat,
Hmm.
right? But there's always somebody chuckling at what they're saying. So that's where, to me, I wonder, are there styles that we like and styles that don't resonate with us, and that's why we don't
I
laugh?
definitely do feel like we essentially fall into a style that we like. Now,
Because I can think
it's
about different
hard.
styles, though.
Yeah, but we have several styles that we like. The thing is that
I
we
guess
don't.
you have to execute it well.
Yeah, we just don't know what we're gonna get. So we don't discriminate comedians, right?
Yeah,
Unless
we've
we've
gone to go see people we don't even know.
unless we've heard them before and we
Hmm.
know that their style just isn't ours. We know, and we won't go because we're not gonna. That's not gonna be something that we're gonna enjoy. But I had seen a lot of David Lucas online, and so he is. I guess it's self given, but Kill Tony is the one who gave him this title. who uses it a lot, that he's the master of the roast. So he's really good at roasting people.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Can you believe that right now you just clarified something for me?
Okay.
I heard master of the rose. And I was
Oh.
thinking, is there something in his name that's flowery? Is his last name, his last name's not Rose? Like, what does it have to do with a rose? Roast.
Yeah, he's the master of the roast. So all of his shows end with him roasting
Oh,
people.
so many things make sense
Yeah.
now.
So, but like he said last night in the show, you usually you pay to go get roasted by him because everybody wants to get roasted by him. And last night he just had an open stage and he let people go up there. I should have gone. I thought about it too late. I thought it would have been fun, but either way,
Why would you want to be roasted?
bro, it's just fun.
But what? How? I feel like roasting me would be the worst experience for me.
It's being done in jest.
But they take things that are real in people and then they turn them to say, haha, just kidding, but not really kidding.
Yeah.
And then you walk
Everybody's
away.
thinking about it.
Right. No, not exactly.
Everyone's thinking it. Come on. The first guy that went up there that had shorts, that he looked like he was the guy from Reno 911 with those tiny, tiny shorts. The guy's asking to be roasted.
I guess, but you can roast his shorts, but then when you start going into like what kind of person he is because he wears those shorts, do you understand? Like I feel like it gets into nitty-gritty of who you are, and if you're not a very confident person, you're gonna walk away from there thinking everyone is laughing at me.
But he said,
bro,
sorry.
I didn't do anything.
Don't
even like look at me.
So he said at the beginning, he's like, do not feel bad for these people. They volunteered to be
That's
up here.
true. 100%.
So they're giving him the green light to be mean. Okay. And a lot of the things he was making fun of the other people about, he could make fun about for himself. So it's not like he wasn't trying, that's just the style of comedy that he does. But everything leading up to it, he's a little bit controversial. He's a little bit
has very dark humor.
Yeah, he's dark. It's dark humor.
Very dark humor.
There's a lot there, but it was funny. It was funny. Like he went across the spectrum from left to right, and he broke the room down. Like eventually, like he had everybody laughing. Even the people that he was making fun of at one point were now laughing, with him. But one thing that I did notice right away, and I told you I wanted to kind of talk about it a little bit today, was something that we realize when we go to the comedy club is that there is a very definitive demographic that goes for each of the comedians. We don't follow a demographic line because we've been in there with every single demographic to land, right? So David Lucas is a black comedian, and usually with a black comedian you have a very large black presence in the club. And I think there was maybe 5 or 6.
Yeah, it was very little. It was very surprising.
Like 2 groups, 3 groups maybe that were in there, and he knows it too, because even his comedy.
Well, he did say right towards the end, he said, "I disappointed the black community again."
Yeah.
Because the stuff that he makes fun of, he doesn't. And most comedians don't have what is it? The thing there's a phrase I'm looking for where there's equal opportunity offender.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Most comedians do that. They will make fun of both sides. It doesn't matter, right? But I feel like the stuff he touched on could be very triggering.
Yeah. It definitely could for each of the groups that he went into.
Yeah.
Because his comedy was almost like in like slices. So like he gave you like a slice of the pie. This is what it is. And he stayed on that. And then when he kind of was like, okay, I think I'm done here. I'm going to move on to the next slice. And now it's a different flavor. And then it's a different flavor. So he jumped a few times kind of, as he was giving the different types of comedy. But, like, I don't know. It was just really weird to see. That's the first time that we've gone to go see a black comedian that there wasn't a black presence in the audience. A predominant.
Right.
A predominant.
Because, but then I was thinking about that when you said that, right? What about the famous black comedians? Because I feel like if Kevin Hart were to be, if you were to look at the demographic there, I feel like it would be very mixed and it wouldn't lean heavily to one side or the other.
I don't know. I feel like it would lean.
I don't remember when we went to go see Tony Rock that it was predominantly either like black
Well, hold
in
on.
attendance. I felt like it was pretty even.
Yeah. It was just really, to me, like last night, it really stood out. And it probably didn't help either that because it was a rainy night, because it was not the best weather, everyone was like dragging in super, super late. So like the room stayed empty for a very long time until
We were scared.
Yeah, we were like, my goodness, nobody's going to show up. And he didn't sell out, which was very interesting to me. It was super interesting to me.
I wonder if the later show was sold out.
The later show had a line outside.
Yeah.
When we got there, we didn't have a line. We just went right in.
Yeah.
And we like the room did not sell out, and I noticed like as the people were trickling in, like it almost felt like maybe the advertising for him wasn't done very well. That's possible too, because if you don't know that they're gonna be there, I don't know. Either way, like I felt that a lot of people missed out on a great show, because even his like his host, these are guys that travel with him.
Mm-hmm.
His host and the guy who went on right before him. I thought they did a really good job.
Mm-hmm.
We had 3 really great comedians that just we had a really fantastic evening, and we were like, we almost didn't go, because it was just one of those where one of those weeks where on Friday night I crashed. What was it, 7:30, and I slept all the way through till the next morning. So
well, I feel like you've had a very hard week. This week has been very hard for you because you tweaked your back, and so you've been dealing with that. And it's been a slow recovery for you. Right? So, and I feel that when you're sick or when you're not feeling well, the week just wears on you that much more, right? So when the weekend came, it was like, I don't want to do anything. Just full stop to everything, right? And it's funny because this morning I told you, oh, look, I'm doing so much better from my allergies. And bro, like I had to like a treatment before getting on here again because I had such a terrible coughing attack but it's just one of those things that like this week has just been sort of draggy for us because of you not feeling good.
And it had so much in it because we had the fights on Thursday.
I feel like this would have been a week that we did nothing. And yet we had to do so many things because there were things that were scheduled. Yeah. So when you said that possibly maybe we were going to go to the club, I was like, okay, sure, honey. Sure. And I was like, don't worry. When it gets closer, I'm going to work my way in there because I really, really enjoy going. And when we have to cancel, which we've only had to cancel once, it's like a bummer for me, you know, because I'm looking forward to it. But
I'm definitely glad that we went. And I don't think that we were not. Once I woke up on Saturday morning, I don't think that was even a thought anymore. Because I felt so
You fell
rested.
asleep at like 7:30 on Friday.
Yeah.
Not in bed asleep.
Right.
Just let's take a quick, we said like 45 minutes, an hour nap, right? And why? Because Thursday night, we didn't get to bed until 1 o'clock in the morning because we went to the fights.
Right. And we
midweek.
woke up at 6 o'clock, 5:30 in the morning.
Right, because school's back on.
Right.
So to be up all that time, like I was nodding off at the fights, even though they were so engaging, but it's just like you're exhausted, right? So then to drive back a whole hour, there was an accident. It had to take us longer. It was harsh to go to sleep at 1 o'clock in the morning and then wake up 4.5 hours later to go to work.
Yeah.
So then that Friday, I knew that Friday was not going to be like our regular Friday. And we took...
You stayed up, though.
Well, I took the nap, and then I got up thinking that was our plan. And you slept until midnight. Like, when you woke up at night.
But it was different, though.
Okay.
Because apparently, I got up at some point. I had a full blown out conversation with you.
I mean, small conversations.
And then
multiple times.
And then fell back asleep.
Multiple times.
I remember none of it.
Only one.
Only one thing.
That I triggered. Like, your eyes lit up like...
Freeland hit a home run.
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah.
That was the only... When you said it, you're like, do you remember that I said that Freeland hit his first home run? And I was like, yes. All of a sudden it hit a trigger.
Because I kept saying, do you remember that I told you this? Do you remember I said that?
Nothing. Like, nothing at all triggered me.
And the thing is, Nikki would do the same thing. When I would go wake her in the mornings, and I would tell her, Nick, you're awake, right? Don't go back to sleep. You're awake? Yes, I'm awake, Mom. Okay, don't forget, blah, blah, blah. And I don't see her for half an hour. I come back in, snoring. And then she would say she did not remember speaking to me at all, right? So the fact that you have the ability to answer coherently, open your eyes, because I told you, are you gonna make coffee? We're gonna have coffee. I asked you if you were gonna build the tables. I asked you about closing the curtains behind you because you were like, yeah, I'm getting up right now. And I was like, oh, close the curtains behind you. And the Freeland thing. And then finally, you open your eyes again like you had done before.
About the tables too?
Yeah, I told you. Are you still building the tables tonight? Because you had told me, I'm building the tables tonight while we're watching the game. And the thing is, you kept stirring. So I would speak to you when you'd stir. So you stirred and you'd open your eyes and I would see you look at the TV. Okay. And I'd be like,
bro, that's wild.
And I would say, babe, are you building the tables today? And you looked at me and you were like, uh-huh. And I was like, tonight. And you said, uh-huh.
At what time was that?
Who knows, bro? Like, it was between 9:40 and midnight. All those conversations happened between them because that was the game, right? So in the last time that you stirred and you opened your eyes again, I said, well, babe, I'm going to bed. And there was what do you mean you're going to bed? You do remember that, right?
That, yeah,
okay, because you were awake at that moment.
Yeah. And then I looked at you and I'm like, what time is it? And you're like, it's 12:30. And I'm like,
you lie. I don't believe you.
Mel, cover your kids' ears. I was like, bullshit. I was like, no way at all that it was 12:30. I could not believe it. And it took me like 10 minutes to come to my senses.
I mean, because think about it. That's 5 hours that you slept.
Yeah. And
I've never known you to take a 5-hour nap.
And then...
That's what we sleep at night sometimes.
Yeah. And then I went to bed. Okay. I was in bed by 1. It was like just a little bit shy right before 1. I'd gone...
We both went to sleep together at 1:30.
Yeah, but I'm saying like we got to bed and then we talked for a little bit. And then I said, "Oh, let's just scroll for a couple minutes or whatever." And we're scrolling and I fell asleep again. And I looked and I just like kind of turned over and I was like, I'm falling asleep. I'm going back to bed. So at 1:30, I went back to bed and I did not wake up. I did not get up at all throughout the entire night. And at 8 o'clock in the morning, I finally got up to go to the bathroom.
And what did you tell me?
That is like
unheard of.
Unheard of.
And what did you tell me? Wow, sleep. I've been missing out.
Yeah. Yeah, I had been completely missing out.
But I'm talking about for years,
I know,
not this
I
week.
know, I
You've
know,
been
but I'm
missing
saying,
out for
like,
years.
wow, it was incredible. And then, of course, we go to the club last night, and we come back home, and this morning at 6 o'clock in the morning, I'm like,
Why do you suppose?
great.
Why do you
I don't know.
suppose?
I was up at 6 o'clock in the morning,
Because we went to
and I
sleep.
stayed in bed for the next hour and a half.
What time did we go to sleep yesterday? It was like 12:30.
12:30.
Okay. So maybe your body was like finally like ding,
Mm-hmm.
done. To
Well,
sleep. I've taken all the
Yeah.
sleep I need. Thank you.
Yeah. Well,
6 o'clock.
So I stayed in bed for the next hour and a half. I was playing some games on my phone, just scrolling a little bit, reading emails, whatever. I was just doing other stuff. And then at 7:30, I was like, okay, I'm done. I cannot stay in bed anymore. I went to the bathroom, washed my face, brushed my teeth, whatever. Came back out. Came over to you. It was like 8:05. I came over to you and I was like, I'm done with what I can give this bed.
Again, it's because your back is not feeling great. So
Yeah.
you can only take so much of that.
Well, it was an hour and a half. I was sitting awake there.
Right. Yeah.
But, like,
And I'll say, like, have you noticed that the sun is coming up a little later, right? So when you told me it was 8 o'clock and it hasn't rained, I don't know if it's what's the weather
it
like
hasn't
outside.
rained yet. But it
The fact that you're
has-
talking about sleep and you're yawning.
I know. Okay, so here, I have a theory.
Okay, because I right now you kind of left me a little shocked there.
Hold on. I have a theory. Because I'm yawning just out of mania.
I don't think so. This is something new. You didn't ever do this on the chat before
So listen.
until we
I-
started recording at night, and it's not night.
Well,
It's still the morning.
okay, so listen. I feel tightness right here. Mm-hmm. Look, I'm pressing on it, and I feel like I want to yawn.
Okay.
So I think that me trying to be more articulate, more clear in what I'm saying, maybe is causing me to trigger the yawns.
Who knows? That's just. But also, I wonder if talking about sleep,
Maybe.
subconsciously triggers that. I don't know. That's
Maybe.
weird. But
So-
just to wrap up what we were saying, I feel like there's different comedians that we enjoy. People who work the crowd. You got to work the crowd right, though.
Right.
Okay. So I think everything goes into like, are you executing well? Right.
Right.
I enjoy a comedian who has his show completely
Scripted.
right? So he knows what he's going to jump from this to this to this. He's going to go based on the laughter. There's going to be no questions to the crowd, nothing like that at all. Again, it's got to be done well. Variety shows that end up being comedy shows, fun. We watched a magic show that was a comedy show, fun, right? And then we've also been to really, really, really bad ones where it just feels like it reminds me of a dog chasing their tail pretty much. Like, have you ever stopped
Well,
to think
it's-
about what causes the dog to chase its tail? Okay? If you were to grab a little feather, a long feather, and put it in front of him and start going like this, he wouldn't chase it.
But a cat will.
But that's not what we're talking about. A cat doesn't chase its tail. A dog chases its tail.
But a cat chases an LED light.
The point of this is a dog chases its tail.
Mm-hmm.
You can take a fake tail and it will not chase it, but it will chase its own tail.
Maybe they're just having fun. Maybe they're just having fun.
Bro, I don't know. It's just. And then they pause like, I see it.
Shall we ask them?
I see it. Oh my gosh. And then on the off chance that they actually do grab it, right? They only hold on to it for a little bit and then they're off again. I don't know. Like, it's just there it has to be a reason why that's a phrase about chasing your own tail, because you're going to accomplish nothing from it. Okay.
What is it? Let's see. I'm curious.
What is what?
1 second.
Wait, what is what?
Chasing your tail.
What about it?
There's a phrase like where
You're chasing your tail.
yeah.
That's it. That's the phrase. What are you looking for?
I don't know. I had an idea in my brain.
Okay, let
Hold
it
on.
process a little bit longer.
Maybe I'm chasing my own tail. Hold on. I'm working through it. Just don't.
Let me keep talking though.
Go.
Okay. So we have also been to the comedy club with the comedian High as a kite.
Mm-hmm.
And it just doesn't. I feel like the only people who laugh are people who may also be high. Because it just doesn't make sense.
It's a style though.
No.
Hold on. Because we have been to comedians who were high and they were funny.
Like who?
So this guy who opened up for Theo Von, the Arab guy.
Sometimes I don't think that they're saying the truth.
Bro, that guy was high as a kite.
No, because he was very intelligible.
He was high as a
I
kite.
don't think so.
Listen to me.
Who's the one that
Listen
we
to
went
me.
to go see who's famous? And now he's older. He's from our generation. Pauly Shore.
Yes.
Pauly Shore made no sense. Pauly Shore was not funny. Pauly Shore was actually very disappointing to go
Okay,
see him
he
because I was
But
expecting him
because he's
to
a
be funny.
60-year-old man acting like a 23-year-old.
Bro, he was so high, he didn't make any sense.
Okay, and then Steve-O.
Steve-O is sober.
I know, but we saw Steve-O high.
But in Jackass, yeah.
Yeah.
And now we've seen him sober.
Mm-hmm.
And it was great.
Yes. But that's what I'm saying. Some people have it. Some people don't. Some people have a style
Bro,
that we
you can't
enjoy.
compare a show about doing stupid stuff to comedy. That's not the same thing. Are you laughing at what they're doing? Yeah, but that's not a comedy show.
What was the guy's name? The one that we just saw.
Who?
The Arab guy.
Um,
Amir?
I don't know.
I think it's Amir.
I don't know.
I want to say it's Amir. By the way, it's playfulness, boredom is the reason why dogs play with their tail. Apparently, they had a panel of dogs that answered questions.
I see.
Amir, comedian.
Oh, but what are we looking for again?
I don't know. Just look. I was right.
Oh, okay.
Amir K. Sorry, he's from Iran.
He's from Iran. That's true.
From Tehran.
Yeah. So it's, yesterday there was a guy who works at the comedy club. Then when he went up.
That was funny though.
He went up. I told you, where have we seen him before?
Yeah.
Okay, because he had that face. And he immediately started off by saying, if you're wondering where you've seen me before, I was like, okay.
Yeah. Did you just
Where have we seen
Are you
before?
on my shoulder and listening to what I'm saying?
Listen, in fact, he works at the comedy club. That's where we've seen him before.
Yeah, he's
right?
like if he goes, if you're looking at me and you're wondering, where do I know this guy from? He's like, I'm the guy who told you that the bathroom is through those double doors, and I'm the one who sat you down in your chair, and I'm the one who said party of two, and I checked you in. Like, it was so funny because...
And it was cool. Like,
Yeah.
oh, wow. Here he is. Like, you're taking the stage.
He was a slight little bit flat.
Well, so here's what I saw.
How did I tell you? Just a little bit flat. A little bit flat.
So,
He tried.
but
He
here
tried.
was what I saw. I saw somebody writing a rough draft. Do you know
Yeah.
what a rough draft is? Mm-hmm. Okay, good.
Of course I know what a rough draft is.
Well, I don't know. You're not a writer.
I
Grammar.
went to school.
Well, do you remember those things? Did you ever have to draw the line where you had to put the subject and the verb and then draw the staircase down to the adjectives and the prepositions and all that stuff? Did you have to do that in school?
No.
You didn't have to do that in school? The breakdown of the sentence? Bro, see, that's why I'm so anal about grammar. Our schooling was like that. You had to draw
listen.
a house, essentially. Okay? And it was like line, stick. And then there could be a stick over here. There could be a slanted stick, depending on how it relates to it. If it's an adverb, if it's an adjective, if it's a preposition, an article. Look at all the things that are, it's useless information, bro. But my favorite part was breaking it down and like making the little staircase and all that stuff. Just like knowing I was able to take the entire sentence down and deconstruct it. And that's why I asked you about a rough draft. Sorry. But,
Okay.
all right. I felt like yesterday we heard his rough draft because
Yeah.
he started
No,
off in a topic.
Yeah, you can definitely see that he was testing.
He was testing out his set.
Yeah.
I'm sure somebody was back there taking notes for
he was
him.
only up there like maybe 5 minutes.
Maybe 5 minutes, right? But whatever he's worked on so far, right? And I'm sure there was somebody back there taking notes. And I noticed like he started talking about something. He was going on it. And then he switched like sharp right, right? To a different topic. And then that topic didn't tie to this one. That's why it was such a drastic turn. And then he came back to this topic. So it was very choppy, but I give him props. Do you know what
It's
it
hard.
takes to
It's hard to go up
stand
there.
up there? Even with your headliner coming out and him saying, okay, we're warming up. The whole crowd should be dying of laughter with the headliner, right?
Yeah.
And when the headliner is
Well, hold
still
on.
trying to work the crowd and like,
All right.
okay, let's
So-
see if the jokes land.
Apparently, we're staying on this subject for a little bit longer.
That's it. I was just wrapping it up.
I know, but with what you just said, so that was something that we have not seen with previous comedians. Well, the majority of them, where all three comedians that were, or the three that were like the host, the comedian before, and then David Lucas, they worked in conjunction with each other. So the first guy, he did his jokes and his stuff, and it was kind of like he was talking about a subject to just kind of try and see if the crowd would accept it. Then the second guy, he broke down, if you notice, he broke down into the same groupings that David
But
Lucas was going to
isn't
do.
that
But
just-
he did it very lightly just to test the waters.
But isn't
and
that
see.
exactly why they pair themselves up with this is your traveling
100%. 100%. But
So,
I'm saying
I don't think
it was
it's-
very definitive yesterday. I saw that they were doing it, and the way that they were doing it was to really like focus on getting what's the word I'm looking for? On getting like crowd reaction, getting like the interaction from what was going on to see if that's something that they could develop and use. And then when David Lucas went out there, he even like was pushing the line a little bit, and then he would sit back a little bit and throw it out to the crowd. He's like, am I okay going this way? Do I need to stop? And people would egg him on, and then he would keep on going. So he played the crowd very well to see how far he can go in his dark humor, because it was dark humor that he was throwing out there. That's not going to
I
land
think
on
it's
everybody
the darkest humor that I've ever heard.
ever.
I feel like
Ever.
for sure
For
this
sure.
was on another level of dark humor, because I feel that just generally there's subjects that you don't laugh about, right? Like right now, you told me that a commentator at a football game, what was it that they said? And this happened, there's a recording of this. This
Yes.
was live.
Yeah, so he was talking about a college player going into the transfer portal.
What's the transfer portal?
So it's something new that college is doing now. So it's like you're requesting a trade.
Your college is requesting a trade?
No, the person is requesting a trade. Like, let's say, for example, you went and you're playing for
UM.
Right?
You want to transfer to
you want to
LSU.
go to LSU. So you enter the transfer portal and you put, I am available. I want to go to these schools. And if those schools are interested in you, they could pick you up from the transfer waiver and move you into their school. Now, the reason why they do a transfer waiver or the transfer
portal
is because you may be at UM with a full ride scholarship.
And now they would have to provide the same.
And they would have to provide the same. Otherwise, you're not going to go.
Right.
It doesn't make sense for you to go over there and lose your full scholarship.
Right.
If they're not going to give you the same thing. So if they can match that, then you can move over. Mm-hmm. So this guy, he was a walk-on. Mm-hmm. What happened?
I'm sorry. Just interested in the weirdness that he's doing today.
Bandit. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. What's
Sorry.
going on?
I don't know. It's like he's like, see, look at the way.
Even the way he's looking at me.
I know.
Go to sleep. Okay. Whatever. Bro.
Do you see?
What is going on?
This is what I'm saying. It was distracting. Bro, I don't know. I'm a little scared right now. This is like cudgel going on here.
Go to sleep. Okay. What was I saying?
The transfer portal. Obviously, it would make sense. They have to offer the same thing.
Yes.
So this guy, Ray Davis.
Ray Davis.
That's what they said.
Was that his name?
That's why I thought he was famous.
I don't remember his name. Anyways, so he says, the commentator says, 6 months ago, everybody wanted him when he went into the transfer portal. But 11 years ago, when he was in the foster system, nobody wanted him. Like, wow.
See, you told me he's fired.
Good. He got fired. He lost his job.
You're sure he got fired?
The next morning, he lost his job.
Like, I just listen.
Let me see. I'm gonna double check.
I just think, right? Clearly, that's something you could have been thinking about, right? But I think it was the way in which, no, I just don't even think that that's something that you put out there. You don't say, like, oh, nobody wants a foster kid or nobody wants to adopt a child or, there's just things. You don't joke about certain topics, right? Or joke or laugh or anything. And yet comedians can navigate those subjects. And it depends, right? Because then you have to think about this. If a comedian makes a joke that outside of that would be deemed inappropriate, what does it say about the people who laughed at the joke then?
Here's something that I learned last night. He did get fired.
He did?
Yeah, it was in 2023.
Wow.
So here's my stance on this. It may not be agreed upon with other people, but here's my stand on it, right? My stand is, if it's funny, it's funny. Like, tragedy and, like, things in the world happen. We have no control over that. Like, we have no control over what somebody else does. I feel that comedy sometimes is such a healing opportunity, right? That if you don't allow it to work the way it should, then you end up missing out. And I feel that sometimes there's jokes that do go a little bit too far. And you can either laugh about it and pull the comedic piece of it to just kind of help with coping through whatever
Right.
situation,
Right.
or you become more offended and more triggered and more tight about it, and it just becomes a bigger problem. I have learned to take it as just laugh about things that you can laugh about. You know, it doesn't change the fact that what happened was maybe tragic or is unfortunate, but I don't know. Am I wrong? Am I wrong in thinking that way?
I think it's your way of thinking.
Yeah,
I don't think that this is a situation where people can say you're wrong or right about thinking a certain way. That's just how you perceive the world.
yeah,
And
isn't it the same as what your beliefs are? Like my beliefs are going to be different from your beliefs. Just because I believe one way doesn't mean that I'm right or wrong. It's just that's what I believe. Yes or no?
well, I mean, I feel like for that you're going into a whole other thing, right? Because what you believe could be wrong, right? Because I feel like that's a little slippery slope, right? Because let's talk about the people who believe in, you know, going into driving their car into a hotel with explosives in it, and this is their holy war that they're
Right.
having, right? If you say like this is what I believe and it's not wrong, then who deems what is wrong and what's right? You understand what I'm saying?
You're
So
talking about morality, though.
well, when we say wrong and right, we're talking morality.
Yes, but what I'm talking about is like in this situation, if you can, okay, so let's take that, a theoretical guy who drove a car into a building and blew it up, and then someone makes a joke about it years later, right?
I think you know
I'm
what's
trying to think. I mean, kind of, like,
you know what I think it
okay,
is.
here I'm gonna step out on a ledge.
Ooh. What kind of a ledge?
I'm gonna step out on a ledge.
It's kind of scary.
Okay, we went to New York recently.
Oh. I would say tread lightly.
I'm gonna tread lightly, but it's the truth. It's happened. Okay, it happened. We went to New York recently. Mike and I had an opportunity to go to the 9/11 memorial.
Okay.
It's extremely overwhelming to see everything that happened. The tragic lives that were lost, the way things got completely flipped upside down. Like, I felt something that I have never felt before because I've never walked into some sort of a memorial in that way.
Mm-hmm.
It was heavy. Like, it was rough for us that afternoon, like, to get out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. When we came back, because I guess when you start searching for things on your phone, we were searching 9/11 stuff. Mike and I were looking at things, whatever. I put that into my phone. Okay. Now, on Instagram, on Facebook, TikTok, whatever, all this kind of stuff, you start getting suggestions for things that are 9/11, New York, whatever. It becomes very, very heavily geared towards that because those are the things that I was searching for.
Mm-hmm.
So my phone assumes that's what I'm interested in at the moment, and that's what it's going to give me. Well, I saw a comedian, and the comedian made a joke in reference to 9/11. I laughed. It made me laugh. What he said, how he phrased it together, how he put that joke together was funny to me. It didn't take away anything from the tragedy that was 9/11. Like the heaviness that it is, the rage that you have towards the people that attacked, like those things, none of that changes. But the joke was funny. I laughed about it. Does that make me a bad person for laughing about it? I don't think so. I think that there is healing elements to laughter. And I think it's important to be able to embrace that in whatever situation. Some of the jokes that he was saying last night are of situations that personally I have not experienced. I have not had someone around me experience specifically, but I understand the heaviness of it. But what he said was funny. And I laughed. It doesn't make me an insensitive person. It just makes me a person who laughed at a joke. That's what a comedian's supposed to do. He did his job.
Right. So what I think is that I feel like there's people who are very like unwavering, right? And in this stance, like, you can never ever make fun of, we're going to use just one general subject here so we don't ruffle too many feathers, okay? But on pets that need to be adopted.
Okay.
You cannot. That is not a laughing matter.
Well, that's one of the...
That is not...
You're going to say the joke?
No.
Oh.
This is just an example.
Oh, okay.
Because I feel it's the one that's least triggering. Okay.
Okay.
So, I feel like there's people who would absolutely feel that you are a terrible human being, that you are a bad person, if you make fun of pets in kill shelters, we'll say. Okay. That's absolutely not a laughing matter. You cannot make a joke about that, right? Now you can interject whatever subject you want into those things, right? And then there's other people who find humor in very dark subjects that this is usually why we keep those things to ourselves. And it's nice to find someone else who will laugh at something like that as well, because then you don't feel the isolation that society wants to put on you for how dare you laugh at something like that, right? So I think that you were very vulnerable right now in sharing that, right? Because I feel like that can be perceived by some people as you are a bad person for saying that and for saying that you laughed at something like that, right? And then there can be somebody else who says, no, I totally get where you're at, right? So usually I feel that people hide their dark humor and they don't expose that side of them because it can be so easily misunderstood, as though you have no empathy, you don't even understand the weight of what happened, right?
Right.
On another note, right, I think that if you had a pet, again, we're going to stick with the pet subject. If you had a pet who was lost and ended up in a kill shelter and ended up being euthanized, and that was your life, that was your baby, that you are never going to laugh at a joke like that, because that is something that is so personal to you, that there is so much pain attached to that for you, that could never be humorous to you. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I feel like for those people, that's understandable, right? Where I can understand why they would feel that you're being insensitive for laughing at XYZ when they have suffered that pain. And that isn't something that they have dealt with humor, right? But for someone who hasn't, and then they're there like defending everybody's battles because, and this is what happens online, right? You make a comment about something and then people are jumping in like, oh, well, you can't say that about her. And it's like, you don't even know this person, right? You're over here fighting a war that isn't even yours. It doesn't affect you. You haven't been through
But
this.
isn't that about it? Doesn't that happen a lot for just anything?
But that's what I'm saying.
People get into
So people get triggered for
people
things
get
that are
triggered that shouldn't be.
it doesn't
They
even
shouldn't be bothered about
affect you.
it. Yeah.
It doesn't even affect you, you know? It's like people who have parenting opinions when you're not even a parent. I'm sorry. When you're a parent, you can
Yeah,
have
come talk to
parenting
me.
opinions.
Yeah, come talk to me.
And even then, don't give me your opinions unless I asked you for
Yeah.
them. Okay. But that's something that I feel, right, can be upsetting to a parent to have someone who's not a parent come tell you how to parent, right? And it's something that I don't know, like people don't understand, well, why do you care? I'm just giving you advice. Like I read so and so's book. You know how people say that I have a cousin who's a doctor. Naturally, that means I'm a doctor too.
My favorite line. My favorite line is, I have a second cousin. He's a landscaper and he could do it cheaper. Then tell him to do it. Don't come ask me. I'm gonna give you my price. If you don't like it, then you don't have to work with me. You can go with somebody else. You just made me remember. So Alex and John from Give It To Me Straight podcast. So they lost a baby last year. And the way that she has coped, losing, like, it was a stillborn. Like, you had your child. Like, it was time for you to have your baby. And then you don't have your baby. And, they went through some really difficult times. And she's pregnant. She's about to have a baby girl. I think she's like 8 months or 7 months along. And on their podcast, she regularly jokes about losing her baby. And that's the way she's coping with it. It's humor. What she does, like, they asked her, what are your biggest, like the one of her last podcast, one of the last podcasts that they had, somebody, like, they send in like questions and someone says, what are you most excited about, with your new baby girl who's going to be with you guys in the next couple months? And her response on the podcast literally was, well, the fact that I'm actually going to get to hold a baby that's alive. And she goes, I'm sorry. I have to apologize because that's the way I deal with things. And, like, she had to catch herself and, like, because there's parents out there that have lost, and that humor doesn't land with them. Everyone copes with things so differently.
But see, like, I feel like there's people who will sit there in judgment of her comment. But I feel like she has the right to make her comment because she has been through it.
Right.
And that is how she is coping with it. She's not going out there on stage as a comedian making fun of that without having experienced it. Do you understand? Right. Like, I feel like that's where people get triggered because there's sensitive subjects that you throw out there. And
do you even know? Do you even know what every comedian has been through? Because there's things that you could keep quiet. There are people who are naturally funny, right? You talk to them, they're funny. They talk to you about whatever, and they just bring comedy alive as part of the way that they are. If you put them on stage, it doesn't translate the same way. Does that mean they're not funny?
I think that only means that they shouldn't do comedy.
Exactly. That's the point that I'm saying.
Okay.
But I didn't
hear your original statement to understand what point you were trying to make.
No, the point that I'm trying to make is that not everyone is going to fall under a category that fits the mold, right? I have told you that I have this kind of like want to do a little bit of comedy, right? I feel like I can work on it and kind of do a little bit of something, but I think it's because I'm naturally funny when I'm in the right situation. But yet people look at me and they think that I'm like mean and upset and I'm the grumpy old man, right? You found that so funny.
Well, because I just saw that as your little thumbnail.
What? Here, let's do it for the. I'm gonna move the mic that way. I don't even have the mic.
Bro.
Do I make him? Should I make it more pouty?
Bro. That isn't even pouty. At first it was pouty. The first one was pouty,
Well,
which I think is what made me laugh.
Okay, we're right at an hour, so I that way I can go back and look for it.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's too funny.
That's why it made me laugh so much.
But I'm saying like I feel like I've shared with you like a couple ideas that I've had, and they're workable. They have enough in them for me to kind of develop it some more. But I'm not. I don't know. I don't feel like I'll ever do it. I think it's just going to be something that I can kind of like play with or mess with. I personally feel that I could translate myself into that. Okay, but I know someone, and I'm not going to say by names. You don't know them because they worked with me. They were naturally funny. Regular conversation, you were always laughing. There was always something you were cracking up about. Okay? But if they ever decided to try and tell a joke, it was the worst. We would even tell him. We're like, bro, don't even try. That, like, you're not delivering it. They would be like, it'd be like, they were naturally funny. You would laugh all the time. And then they would be like, all right, ready? I got a joke for you. Ready? Knock, knock. Knock, knock.
Oh, I have to. Who's there?
Bro.
Go on then.
He would be like, knock, knock.
Who's there?
The cat.
The cat who?
The cat. The Cat in the Hat.
Wah, wah.
It was just like he didn't think through.
That just sounds like he didn't remember the joke.
No.
That's how I tell a joke.
I know.
I don't remember punchlines.
Okay.
I
but
mess
was,
it up.
Yeah. It was always a mess up. But when you had a simple conversation with it, you were always laughing because he was naturally funny. Who was it that we saw? We saw a comedian that had only been doing it for like a couple years, and it was bad. Like, it was just really, really bad, and it felt like he was working out all of his stuff on stage, and he even like was apologizing in his show. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm still kind of new at this. I'm still, kind of going. Oh wait, I'm gonna change it. Forget what I just said. El Caballo. His online stuff, his little skit stuff, his little rants, all his stuff, hilarious. I laugh at his Instagram page all the time. We went to his show at the Improv, and I was so disappointed because he's not a comedian. He's not funny. Mario Ramil, his stuff on Instagram, phenomenal. His show, off the wall, hilarious. I'm sad that we're not going to be able to go this year because
I know.
we're not going to be in town
Right.
when he's here.
Yeah.
But the fact that that those two are both funny online, but
And it doesn't
not funny in the club,
in person.
is
Yeah.
exactly the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah.
Anyways, that was a long way around to get to that.
Super long way around.
Super
long
super
way.
long way around.
Wow. That's crazy.
Sorry.
So, free stuff.
Free stuff. Go.
What do you think about free stuff?
It depends. Give me an example of what you are asking me.
I'm asking you, why is it that people are so drawn to free stuff? Like, how do you feel about free stuff? If they say, the first, 1,000 people are going to get a free blah, 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 right? Or come today, just for today, to 7-Eleven and you get a free Slurpee. How much does something free motivate you to actually attend or go or be present at something?
It depends on what the free thing is. So if, and let's see, for example, if we were to go to a grand opening, okay, so next weekend, there's a grand opening, and I was actually going to share this with you later on today, but I'll share it on here because it actually has the same trajectory. We're not going to be here. We're actually going to be out of town next weekend. So we wouldn't be able to go. But there is a brick store that is opening in Coral Springs. So the same idea as the one in Orlando that we found that I wanted to go to, they're opening a small store in Coral Springs. It's only about 45 minutes away, 45, 50 minutes away. And I was like, oh, cool. It'd be fun to go and see it. I wonder what times they open. And I looked, and then I saw that their grand opening is next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Okay.
And what they're doing is they're doing free giveaways on each of the days. First 50 people that are there. First 50 people that are there on Friday, first 50 people there on Saturday, and first 50 people there on Sunday are going to get into a raffle, and they're giving away a $250 Lego build set on each of the days. A raffle, right? But it's 1 out of 50, right? Now, if you and I go and we're both in line, that's 2 out of 50. So you're improving your chances, right? So I was like, oh, it would be pretty cool. Maybe we can go and be there for the grand opening. And then I was like, oh, we're not going to be here, so we're not going to go. That to me was a motivating opportunity, right? To be able to go. And if we didn't even get into the raffle, or we didn't win, we still had an opportunity to go and see, because they have a lot of like old retired sets. They have a lot of like little things that you can buy individually. They have a lot of things that it's not just Lego. It's more like a collectible kind of a store. So I thought that would be pretty cool, because we like to collect little knickknacks and that kind of stuff. And it puts us really close to the Sawgrass Mills Mall.
Yeah, you had a whole plan.
I had a whole plan.
You had a whole plan.
So that is a motivating situation. Now, if there is a brand new restaurant that we've never been to, and they say the first 100 people get a meal on us, I'm not going to go. It's a brand new restaurant. I don't know how they cook. I'm not a fan of going to brand new restaurants. I like for there to be a little bit of let them get the cobwebs off, so we can get the better part of it.
Okay, but what you described was a raffle, and first 100 get free, right? To me, those are two different things.
Mm-hmm.
Raffles, you're showing up with no expectation of winning.
Yeah,
You're
but
just
it's
going
a
for
free.
a chance.
Okay.
Okay.
First,
This is
first 50 people get $25 gift card. I would have made the trip for that because it's something that motivates me to want to go.
except you show up there and people were there at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Then they were there,
And
but
then
I still had the motivation to go and try
correct, right? So
because it was something of value to me.
I guess, yeah. So what I was thinking, and this was one of my random thoughts that I was having the other day, was there's people who they hear free and they're there. That's why there's always going to be a line.
Right.
You are never going to show up anywhere. And they're like, oh, congratulations. Today we're giving away a free thing. And there's like 1,000 of them left because nobody's come. No, it's always going to be gone. Okay. And people are going to get in line for something that's free without really even like, do you need it? I don't think so. I think that you're getting it because it's free. There's something about something being given away that is appealing to a lot of people. Okay, a lot of people. Because while there's some that need a little bit more motivation, depending on what it is, right? Because I don't feel that there's like, I'm trying to think. What could they be giving away for free? That I would be like, please, we have to go. We have to go. They're giving something away for free. I don't know. It would have to be really massive. It would have to be very meaningful to me for me to want to do that. But, oh, let's go stand in that line over there because that tent is giving something away for free. Not really,
We saw it in New York.
Oh, what?
Oh my goodness. The
Free?
lines for free stuff?
For what free stuff?
Oh my goodness. So like
Free stuff in New
so,
York.
Yeah, so there's this like it's a ticket booth that's in the middle. And you line up to get discounts. Like deep discounts. You can go see a Broadway show for $10. Something that costs $150. Right? But you have to go and make this line. And there were people making the line all the time. We were in Times Square as early as 10 in the morning and as late as 2 in the morning. And there was always a line at that booth. Like, the amount of time that you're wasting.
This is what I'm saying, right? This is exactly where my thoughts were taking me. What is it that you value if you give your time to standing in a line for free, right? Do you value the object that you're receiving for free more than your time then? Like, that's what you have to think about, right? Because then I started thinking about Costco, let's say, for example, right? You pay this membership. Some people pay the membership just for the gas because you save more than your average savings program at a gas station, right? But you will sit in that line for half an hour or an hour to get gas because the line is backed up. So is my time now, you're telling me it's worth the $2 off of gas that you're getting, maybe $3 off of gas that you're getting? That's what it's worth? For me to sit here for that and drive out there and pay the annual fee.
If you were in line for half an hour and you had a savings of $3, that means that your time is valued at $1.50 an hour. Because that's what you turned around to get.
So what is it
I'm trying to think of an example that I could give you. Like, I don't know, if they were to be, if there was a guaranteed for you to go to a place and you were going to get the entire Harry Potter illustrated book set and they were going to give it to you for free, but the line is long and you're possibly going to be there for 2 or 3 hours, would you go stand in the line?
Perhaps.
Because it's
it
a
depends on
trade-off
how
of
far.
value.
Right, but it depends on how far this is. Where am I going? Because if you're telling me this is in Orlando, now I have to get a hotel. We have to drive 8 hours back and forth, right? Food, like there's a cost at the end of the day. Is that cost going to be enough for me to say I had to have this? Do you understand what I'm saying? Because I'm thinking about when we're walking around in these like the air show, when we were in Cocoa Beach and they had the thing that, you've got all these pop-up tents. When we go to Monster Jam, the Morgan and Morgan always has this thing, and they're like, "Oh, spin the wheel and win something
and
free."
win something for free.
And I'm like, you always tell me, you want to stop and spin? Not really. Why? There's a line. If there was no line, maybe I would spin it.
Where was it?
Okay.
Where did we go? Where did we go that they had the AT&T thing? Remember?
AT&T? Probably at the car fair.
The food truck thing that was a bust at the Dolphin Mall.
Oh, okay.
Remember they were trying to get us to switch over to AT&T?
Oh, yeah. I remember.
And they gave us a little flashlight.
They did. Okay, where's that flashlight?
I don't know.
Okay, but people stand in line for that. We stood in line
last night at the Dodger game. Mm-hmm. Okay, they're playing the Padres. Mm-hmm. Not last night. Yeah, last night. I saw the video of it. They, at the Dodger game, they were giving away the terrible towels, the terrible towels, the Padres towels for you to wave, as the crowd is going just to make noise. And the line had equal amount of Dodger fans as it did Padre fans because it was something that they were giving away for free. Okay. Like it's a towel that is brown with the San Diego Padres insignia on it, and you're a Dodger fan. What are you gonna do with that?
Thank you. And exactly, but it's free, so there's the line, right?
Okay.
We went to the Marlins game.
You go to Dodger Stadium, and they're giving you a bobblehead.
Okay, that's different, bro. That's different, right? So I feel that if we were to be there to go to a game, we would definitely not get a bobblehead. Okay? Because all of the what's it called? The season pass holders, they're there first.
Bro, they had 50,000. The stadium only holds 62.
Oh, okay. So maybe if you show up early, you get one right. To me, that I'm already in line early at the game. That's just something I'm getting. Like for example, I'm going to have to wrap up soon because I feel like my throat's closing. When we went to the Marlins game, I don't remember who we were watching there.
The Flanagans?
The Flanagans, right? They're there standing just giving you a Flanagan's cup, right? And you grabbed one and you were like, "Oh, don't you want one?" I was like, "Nope." Because why? In my mind, I know it's going to the trash. I'm not going to use that. Why am I now going to be carrying something around that I'm literally going home to throw away, right? And then when we get up there, it's like, "Oh, you can get a free drink." Guess where? Only at Flanagan's. That line at Flanagan's was long, ridiculously long. Why? Because everybody wants to claim their free drink. But on top of that, yeah, give me some fries, give me whatever, right? That it's a marketing thing, right? But when we were at Cocoa Beach, we stopped and we got all the NASA free stuff, right? Aside from the pin, everything else is trash. Everything else is like...
Yeah, but to get the pin, you got to get the trash.
Right. And we didn't have to wait very long. Like, okay, we're there. Sure. The free stuff, right?
I don't know. My brain just is not working.
Hold on. I'm going to tell you. I when I give you this one, you're going to be like, "Oh, maybe." Okay. And then in my thoughts about all this free stuff, like what is it that draws people to it, right? I was thinking during the hurricane many years ago, we set up tents where we were feeding people for free. Okay? For free. And what happened? People would complain about what they were getting for free. Line
Beggars-
out to
beggars can't be choosers,
and yet people
it's the
feel
truth.
okay. And then I was thinking about how law enforcement has stopped to say, free stuff attracts people everywhere. There's a line for it everywhere. Let's set up fake free stuff.
That was good, though.
Okay.
Hold on. That whole thing, I have to give it
And
to them.
we are going to have all these people that have arrest warrants out for them.
Bro.
And it's all a lie.
No, and then the best part about it was they said, make sure you bring your ID because this is specific to the people who have won. And all these people went in and they verified their IDs at the door to make sure it was them. And then they closed the doors on them and said, you're all arrested.
Are you kidding me? The free stuff got you caught. You've been evading capture all this time, but because of something free, here you are. And so now I was thinking, have we ever said, you know what? This free stuff is so good. We have to make the line. We have to do that. And there was one time that we did, because I know we've already told the story about the free cruise.
Right.
There may be a moment in the chat there where you can't see my face because I just realized I was putting my finger in front of the camera. So it may have blurred me entirely. I'm so sorry. I'm going to move my hand away. We talked about the free cruise that ended up not being free. We've already discussed that. But I remember there was a time where we were very innovative in our younger years with 2 young kids and not 2 pennies to rub together, right? We were very innovative in how we would get to give the kids stuff or do stuff with the kids and everything. And we saw a promotion for Westgate Resorts, right? Where you would do a tour, a 90-minute tour, and you would get 4 free tickets to Magic Kingdom.
Right.
And we said, that's how we're going to Orlando. We're going to do the tour. And we talked about it like game face on. We're going to be very polite. We're going to listen to them. And then when they start, we're going to say, no, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. Okay. Bro, we were the worst kind of people for them because we were not going to be swayed. Yeah. Right? We didn't even ask any questions. We're not even interested.
Mind you, we had no money to even think about saying yes. But
at all. Right. Okay. We were just there for the tickets. And we had told the kids, hey, we just have to do this. And then we're going to Magic Kingdom. Okay. And they tried. They tried and they tried. They gave us food and they gave us drinks. So and they took us around in a little car.
I remember got to see the different models.
Sure, it was whatever. It was. Would I do that again now? No. But to me, that was the one time in that stage of life that we were in, where to me,
value of your time.
That's it. It's the value of your time.
And that's the title.
What?
The value of your time.
Yeah. Yeah, you can have it, baby.
No, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna put it.
Listen, no. I was going to tell you. The other day I was thinking about how we ended up naming our episode, right? And I was thinking about how it goes so well with us not having subjects or scripts or any kind of agenda in where we're talking, right? Because every time, sometimes I feel like I'm ready. I'm roaring to go. Tell me when. I know exactly what I want to talk about. And other times, while you're saying, welcome to the this and that chat, my brain is saying, what are we going to talk about? What are we going to talk about? Who goes first? And then there's times where there's a little bit of like a, yeah, nice. And it's like you and I are measuring who's going first, right? And I was thinking, this goes so well with how we do things. The fact that our titles, they're not, they're just, sometimes they're there, sometimes they're not there. Sometimes they jump right out at us, and other times they don't. Sometimes you and I look at each other and we are on the same page, and other times we're not. And you just said the value of your time or our time. What did you say?
The value of our time.
The value of time. Right. Okay. And I'm thinking about a dog chasing its tail. And it's like, systems are not a go. Like, this is like, you know, in the cartoons where it's like the bolts are coming off and the steam is coming out.
That's what I'm going to put.
What?
A dog chasing its tail.
No, bro, that's the saddest thing ever. Put that dog down.
Put that dog down. There it is. Put that dog down.
Bro.
There.
No, that's gonna trigger people, bro.
They're gonna come listen and they're gonna be like, "What were they talking about? What were they talking about?"
Oh my goodness.
Anyways, Missy.
So we are not gonna have an episode next week.
We're not gonna have an episode next week.
So you've heard it here first.
Yes. So
we're traveling.
We are gonna be away for the weekend.
For Labor Day weekend.
Yep. We're going. We are going to go on a jet plane. We're leaving.
Wait. What did you say?
We're leaving on a jet plane.
But wait. What's the thing that's going around right now? Jet to holiday.
Yeah. Oh, what is it? Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday.
Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday.
Where you can save 50 pounds per person. Jet 2.
Wait.
Jet 2. Yeah.
There's something else that comes after that where they talk about 4 people and then they add it up.
That's what I just said.
Wait.
Where you can save 50 pounds per person.
Yeah, but
we're
to
4 people.
Oh, up to 4 people. There you go.
That's 200 pounds off your trip. Anyways, so we're not gonna have an episode next week, but we will be back the following week.
And who knows? We might.
Maybe.
We might, because we're coming back very late on Monday.
Yes.
And maybe straight off to work.
Maybe we'll have some motivation.
It might be, but we're also, I mean, it might be a little bit of a slower month. Can we just celebrate right now the fact that cozy season is coming up?
Can we celebrate? Listen. Beep. The cozy season.
Okay.
For me, it's the relaxation maximation season. Things slow down for me and allow me to actually do things to advance, because it is absolutely brutal during these months.
The summer months.
Trying to get anything done.
Spring and summer are hard for you.
So I'm like,
fall and
tree
winter
trimming
are
is
so
done.
fun.
I've got gardens that we're going to be planting. We're going to start getting the communities ready for
the holidays
and all that kind of stuff. It's very different. I'm glad
love it.
that we're
Look,
going to be
the
there.
sun is changing. The time is about to jump back, which is my favorite. Okay. And you're going to be home earlier than I am now. That sucks. That sucks. But I'm saying it's slowing down because we are traveling twice this month. Our Vegas trip is coming up. What are you talking about, bro?
Well, we come back. Hold on. Technically, we're traveling in August, and then we're traveling in September.
But we're flying back September 1st.
I know, but that doesn't
That's
count.
twice.
just because we're flying back on that day, but we're actually traveling in August. So what did we say? We said June, July, August, and September. We're flying somewhere. We flew in June.
Yeah.
We flew in July.
Yeah.
We flew in August.
Where'd you fly in July?
You flew in July.
No, did not. Go ahead. See, I'll help you. June, September, August, since you want to throw August in there. August, September.
Oh, and October.
October.
That's what it is.
That's what it is.
So no,
and actually, it was May. Because I did
you.
leave May 28th.
But mine was June.
No, you left in May as well. And you flew back in June. That's the problem. It's August-September issue again.
Okay.
It was right at the end. Either way, we've done more flying this year. It's so much so that we have like free flights twice over, I want to say, on our miles. But for the podcast, I'm saying...
Could we change those flight points for better seats on the Vegas trip?
That's a waste. Because that's a free trip.
It
Versus...
is a free trip.
See? The value of your time. I think you are onto something.
Put that dog down.
No.
Can't pet that dog.
You got that dog in you.
Can't pet that dog.
Bro.
Anyways.
It's a Jet 2 holiday.
No.
That's it.
No.
Yes.
Put that dog down.
Stop it. We're going to trigger people.
Anyways. So no episode next week.
Maybe.
Maybe.
We're fluid.
We're fluid, yes. And there was something else. Oh, yeah. Like, share, subscribe.
There may be an episode the following week.
There will be an episode the following week.
There will be. That's true.
We're playing it by ear, people.
No. There will be. You're right. Why are we talking so much in the future anyway?
I don't know.
Next Sunday's football.
Next Sunday.
Next Sunday.
Next
Sunday.
Not this one.
Finally.
But the next one.
Bro, and then the year's over.
Dios mío.
Wait, here's the worst part. I just want to put one more thing out there, okay? Isn't this like our 96th episode?
91st.
91st? Oh, it's only... I thought it was 95 last week.
No, 91.
Oh, God.
90 last week. This is 91.
Okay, we're in trouble.
No.
Yes.
No. Our Halloween episode is going to be our 100th episode.
That's crazy to me because that's what I was saying. I'm nervous about this.
And we're gonna
promised...
have a special guest.
What?
We're going to have a special guest for our Halloween episode. I told you about this.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
I'm sure you did not.
It's going to be a special guest. They're going to be physically here with us.
The troll?
No, bro. It's a special guest.
I don't know. Yeah, okay, you're making this up as you go along. My point is that we have promised things. We've promised a live episode.
For 100?
Yes.
No, I thought it was for our 5-year anniversary.
No, we promised giveaways. We promised merch. We promised a live episode.
No, we said,
Bro.
We said a giveaway for our 100th episode.
Listen.
Hold on. We said a giveaway for our 100th episode.
Our listeners are going to cash in.
Well,
and we are not prepared.
Yes, we will be. We've got 5 weeks. 6 weeks.
4.
No. Bro, it's not. It's 9 weeks. We have 9 episodes that we still need to shoot.
That's true. God.
Okay? We got 10 weeks because we're not going to have one this week.
Maybe.
No, we can't have one. No, actually, there will not be an episode the following week because that's the only way that we can actually get it to Halloween.
We'll see.
And whatever. It doesn't matter. 10 weeks, bro.
I'm scared. We're not ready.
We're doing it live. That's going to be the name of that episode, by the way.
Yeah, we've already decided that.
So we're discussing things that we don't need to discuss right now.
We're doing stuff like not the way we do it. We're planning.
Yeah, and that's why it feels weird.
It feels very weird.
I feel dirty. Goodbye now. Say goodbye. I think this is it. We may not have a 100th episode. It may not even get there.
Bro, you just won the prize.
Why?
That's what you have to name the episode.
What? I feel dirty? No. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I feel dirty? Mm-hmm. I feel dirty. It is. Is that what you wanted?
No, that's not what I wanted. It's so that people can hear you say it.
No. All right, this is going on way too long. We've got the rest of the day to
I feel
enjoy.
icky.
I feel pretty.
No,
also
icky.
Okay, anyways.
Okay.
All
Yeah, it's gone on way too long.
It has. Let's have a wonderful rest of the day. You ready?
No.
Okay. Well, we're not going to sit here and discuss about how we're not ready. So this is going to end, and then we can discuss about the rest of it.
All right.
All right. Like, share, subscribe, do all that stuff. You know what to do. We'll see you guys in a couple weeks.
And leave a comment on what we have promised for the 100th episode.
Yeah, so we can remember. 'Cause
No,
I
I remember, but I need help. I need backup.
And if you know where it is that we said it,
Timestamp it, please.
leave receipts. All right. That's it. We're done.
All right.
Anything else from you?
You're done.
Anything else from you? Nothing from me? All
I
right.
don't know, bro. Is there
Bye.
anything left from you?
Say goodbye.